This is KV, the visual. I mean, if a question gets me hyped, then we just get hyped. But like we are now, we're just cool, calm, collected, and just talking through, giving our opinions on certain stuff. I'm Leon Knight, my brethren Ash. We're going to be chopping it up throughout the season, talking about various different things, from football to, what's going on in everyday life to whatever. Whoever's talking the most, whoever's on the timeline the most, whatever we're talking about.
Welcome to the first episode of Night Vision. We had the episode filmed before, but we had bare YouTube politics going on. We're going to explain that later on in the video. So let's hand it to Leon over here, the main man for the show.
What's going on, bro? You cool?
Apologies, I want to make it public out there. We ain't seen the first episode of Night Vision. It's really my fault because I'm new to this YouTube thing and there was a few things we were speaking about that gave us some trouble. But experience as a teacher, we're here. We know better. Now, let's get on to the people's questions and just go through some questions that I thought would be good to be asking him on his show. So, let me kick off with the first question. What inspired you to do a podcast?
I don't know, because I'm on everybody else's podcast and I get good feedback. Do you get what I'm saying? People like the realness, people like the authentic. And I just thought to myself, let me just give it a go. I've been doing an audio of KV for a while now, a few years, couple years. And this is the first visual KV. I've been visual in other podcasts. Everybody liked it. I still get flipping. I've done one 3 years ago and I still get tweets and stuff on about it till this day. So you know what I mean? I just thought, pull it all together and start working for yourself. Because like I say, yeah, everybody's out here and I'm doing everything for everybody else. I might as well just throw it in my own book. Do you get what I'm saying? I might as well throw it with myself. You know what I mean? Give it to somebody that I know, who knows the scene, i.e. you, and we can just chop it up and cut it up and just edit it out and just flip in and put it up there. The whole podcast thing is a friends thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to help anybody out. Everybody's just using one another to flip and get where they want to get. You get what I'm saying? Might as well just do it for myself.
Bro, if I ever take off my hat right now, yeah, it's peak, fam. Could you tell us about the 5-card brag at Sheffield Wednesday?
We was on a pre-season away tour to Sweden or somewhere like that. The lads like playing cards. Do you get what I'm saying? There was a real gambling lot, the Sheffield Wednesday lot. Terry Yoroff, he liked to gamble. He liked a bit of a juice as well. Hold on. He liked to gamble and he liked to flip in, kite up, juice and have a little chat and tell a few stories here and there. But we're in Sweden. It was a pre-season tour and we was all in one room. Gaffer, everybody in one room. And we're throwing it down. We're gambling. When we're gambling. When I mean gambling, we're gambling. People won pots, people won, people this, whatever. But then it came down to a big pot. It was me, Quinny, Terry Yoroff. It was us three. So it's me, Quinny, and Terry Yoroff. We just kept going back, putting money in, put money in. And in the end, Quinny just said, I can't. Not I can't, but I'm going to out it because he didn't think his hand was that strong. So it was just left to me and the gaffer. So we're going back and forth for a bit, not forever. We're going back and forth until there's with Quinny, before he dropped out, there must have been about 9-10 grand in the pot. We just came to an agreement that we're just gonna throw our cards over. Do you get what I'm saying? Otherwise, we just would have been going all day. We threw our cards over. The thing I always get about this is the way the place erupted. It was like the whole squad was in the room, and it was just me and him in the middle. And when we flipped over our cards, it's like when the place erupted, it was like someone scored a goal. He was cool about it though. He took it on the chin. But the one thing I always remember about this is Quinny dropped out, but Quinny had the best hand.
We've all been there, man. We've all either folded or the most common one now is cashing out before you're supposed to cash out, and then you just see the result come true. So everybody has got that experience, you get me? That happened to me once. Bet for Cristiano Ronaldo to score a Champions League game. I cashed out in the 80-something minute. This brother just literally toe jammed the goal in 2 minutes afterwards, and I missed out on £1,500, fam. So I know what that brother's going through. So Quinny, I don't know you, but shout out you. I know the pain that you must have been going through there. Let's move to the next question. The battle for the top 4. Is this the most competitive Premier League season in recent years?
Nah, I don't think it's the most competitive. I think it's just there's no one with that great squad that just going to run away with it from the get-go. Do you get what I'm saying? You couldn't pull it on anybody like, you know, until now. Well, not now. A few weeks ago, I mean, Man City's gone on a run for God knows how long now. But before that, it was anybody's really. Tottenham were even flipping, chirping up and saying, yeah, they could win the title and this, that. But obviously, it's all turned around now. They ain't going to win another cup this year again. Do you get what I'm saying? So
how long has it been now? It's been over like 20 years now or something. Well, a cup worth speaking about.
I was a youth when I'm 38. I was a youth when they flipping won a title. I mean, won a cup, sorry, not even a title.
They was piping up that season when they got to the Champions League final and that. Get there and win the thing, bro.
No point piping up when you get to the final. You got to win the final, cuz. Man are coming out here and chirping about we got to the Champions League final. We got to the Champions League final, but we didn't win. At one time, Arsenal were like 9 points of flipping 7th or 6th or whatever it was. I don't think it's now, but do you get what I'm saying? We've had a crap start to the season. It's just one of them ones, bruv. Like, it will filter itself out in the end. I think now you can see City kind of pulling away from the rest of the pack. I won't say it's the most competitive. I just think, like, do you know what I mean? It's just a lot of ifs and buts. And like you said, anybody can win it. Because even at the time, like Leicester at one point, when they won the league, they were strong. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though you wouldn't even say they were strong through players and all of that, but you know, they was on a run, they was doing their stuff.
What I noticed is, if you look at the teams that are considered to be the top teams in the league, the traditional top 4 or even 6 now, at the beginning of this season there was only really 2 top level managers, and that's Pep and that's Klopp. The rest of them, for example, Chelsea, we started off with Frank Lampard. You guys have got Arteta. Mourinho, obviously that's a different situation, but given his current form over the recent years, he ain't really been up to par. And then you've got Brendan Rodgers and so on and so forth. So what I'm saying is that you've only got, Mourinho included in that, you've only got 3 really proven winners. The rest of them are just either inexperienced. I can actually say you could name better managers in lower teams down the table than Lampard, Arteta, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I think that's also part of the thing.
True. You know, United, you know, at one point they was pushing, but you know, the few bad results, and I think, do you know what I mean? That's just the way it's going. Like, teams are just getting on a little run and then having a couple, do you know what I mean? Drawing one and losing what they shouldn't be losing, a game they shouldn't be losing and stuff like that. And like I said, it's inconsistent, bruv. The whole league. Do you get what I'm saying? But like I said, City are starting to filter out, and City is starting to pull away from the pack. So we'll just have to see who can catch them, really.
That's true. And if City weren't going to be winning the title this year, then Pep should be fired, because out of all the managers, Pep's the one who's really experienced most of it, and Klopp as well. Mourinho, again, like I said, with him, it looks like he's on his way out. It don't look like he's going to be winning major trophies anymore.
You know, the worst thing is with Mourinho is, how am I going to put this? It's like the style that he plays.
Figured that out like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, we've gone past that. People have figured that out now, like, do you know what I mean? And on top of that, he ain't got the players to do that.
That character's not there no more, because even Mourinho says himself.
And he's got all them man there, and he's at Inter Milan. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like men that can manage themselves, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to look for guidance all the time. These are guys that could lead each other. That's what he needs. He ain't got it no more.
And plus, you're at Tottenham, cuz. You ain't got it. It don't work like that.
Ain't no winning mentality there.
How you gonna go Tottenham and think you're gonna turn things around?
Ain't no winning mentality there, cuz.
That's a dead club right there, cuz. They think Harry Kane and Son and all that is gonna, like, you know, turn things around. Them man have been banging in goals for years and you ain't won nothing.
Trust. Them man there really just need to wrap it up and move to another club, to be honest. They're way too good.
If they want to win anything, can you?
That's what I'm saying. They just need to keep it moving, for real. So it brings us on to the 4th question. At this point, it's quite obvious, but Man City for title winners.
It's the only ones I can see. I mean, they've won. It's like, what they done now? 14, 15 in a row.
They ain't even got De Bruyne and Aguero either. Them men are injured.
Yeah, they're injured, bruv.
That's crazy. But that goes to show, like, the importance of squad depth, innit? Because De Bruyne's out. He can rejig. Foden can step in, and Gundogan can step in and do a job. Who did they beat with no striker? I can't remember who it was, but it might have even been Chelsea, you know. It might have been Chelsea. They might have patterned us with no striker.
I think they patterned Liverpool with no striker as well.
See what I'm saying? That's how you know. That's just an insult, fam. Like, you're calling yourself a top team and you're getting patterned by a false 9 team.
Or they had Foden on one of them up front.
Liverpool's form, they've had some mad injuries, though. You can't just be saying Klopp's done a bad job or Liverpool is shit. When you lose Van Dijk, any team that loses a man like him is a big loss.
Well, it started at Van Dijk, didn't it?
Yeah. And then it went from Van Dijk to Gomez to Trent to Robertson. I think at one point their first choice back four was just non-existent. It was just full of injuries. They had Henderson and Fabinho playing centre back. I think they're still doing it now.
And on top of that, their strikers weren't firing.
But they started. But how, as a professional team, can you start a season, with 3 centre backs, 3 senior centre backs, fam? That's all they had in the squad, Van Dijk, Matip, and Gomez. That's all they went in this season with.
You got to have backup, ain't you? Champions as well. You've got to recruit and have backup, like, you know what I mean? So you can fall back if Van Dijk gets injured. You need someone to say, all right, I can slip in there now and do a half decent job. You're champions, bro. You can't flip and let one injury turn your whole season, and that's what it's done, really.
Most of the successful teams, we've seen Alex Ferguson do it over the years, man. Once they win a title, they have to sign and they've got to build on that.
Yeah, man, you have to, bro. You can't win a title. No, the other teams around you are going to be like building another squad and strengthening their squad and whatever. And then you're coming with the same squad and thinking you're going to overturn, man. That teams don't want to get disrespected like that. That don't make, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Alex Ferguson, for instance, anytime he won the Premier League, anytime the season was over, really, he tried to strengthen his squad. And, I think that's why they were so successful in the end.
Do you reckon they're going to get top 4, Liverpool? Chelsea are 1 point behind them and we're 5th.
Bruv, if they don't get top 4, Klopp has to look at himself.
I think that's harsh,
Bruv, if you can't be champions 1 minute and then don't get in the top 4 the next season.
Yeah, but the circumstances, though, it's like we're saying.
I don't want to hear no circumstances. That's down to the manager. And on top of that, look how much games these people are playing. Something's gonna break down, cuz. They're not robots,
That intensity as well, cuz people don't realise that style of football that Jurgen Klopp gets them to play is intensive.
You're dossing, you're moving.
Yeah.
You're moving.
There, in fact, Liverpool. I was saying to Deck like a while ago, who's a Liverpool fan. I was saying to him, eventually, them injuries are gonna start catching up on your players, and the 2 big mistakes is that your players are like north of 28, like your forwards and your main guys are north of 28. So them injuries, when they come, they're gonna be hard to get rid of. And second of all, you lot ain't recruited properly to have someone step in case there is one. The board also has to take the blame for that, as well as Klopp, because everybody's...
The board don't take blame. It's the manager.
Yeah, it's the manager always, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like I'm saying, if the manager don't get top 4, Klopp has to look at himself.